What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is a video that I have not done before. This is going to be called 3 of my favorite houseplants this spring. Okay? I have a lot of favorites, but I figured let me just show you 3 of them because I could talk about these forever. So, let's start right here with what you first saw. This is a succulent. This is a Graptivaria, which is a hybrid between a Graptopetalum and an Echeveria. Really kind of cool looking rosette formations of the leaves, right? And the color isn't anything spectacular. It is just like a deep green with a little bit of like a purplish hue to it. But the reason why I love this so much, aside from the fact that it multiplies itself and pups really easily, is that the flowers are really kind of cool looking. Look at that. I just think it's really cool. And you don't hear or see a lot of people growing their succulents, letting them bloom. I feel like they're like miniature little orchid spikes. You know what I mean? I don't know why anybody would not want them to bloom. I just think they're really cool looking. The little flowers, and they grow up on a little stalk. And yeah, so I'm going to keep my succulents blooming. I don't know about you guys, but okay, very, very easy to maintain. This I have in a south-facing window because they like a lot of light, so, to keep them compact and to keep them blooming. So I have it in a south-facing window, and it gets plenty of direct sun. This needs to be watered. It's kind of light. The soil medium is dry. But, you know, succulents, they store moisture in their leaves and their stems, so they are okay with, they're drought tolerant, so they're okay with going through dry spells. Really kind of cool. I have an ever-growing collection of echeverias and other succulents because they're easy to maintain and they're really cool looking. They come in such cool shapes and colors, and the flowers are really nice too. So there you have it, number 1. All right, next one, we're coming into a Dischidia. This is Dischidia ovata. This is the turtle. I think they call it the turtle Dischidia. It is really, it looks like a peperomia when you look closely at it, but it's a Dischidia. Really easy. These guys, you can forget to water them. They also are very succulent-like. Their leaves are very thick and leathery like Hoyas. They're related to Hoyas. So they are very easy to maintain. They have peduncles like Hoyas. There's a peduncle right there and another peduncle right there. These have not bloomed since I've had this plant, which has been for a while, but I'm not giving it a lot of light, and like I said, the watering has been kind of sporadic. So I think if I were to take better care of it and give it more water, give it more light, we probably would get some blooms. But I have this one in sphagnum moss, and it's thriving. We have a new shoot that has grown out here with some, looks like the beginning of some aerial roots, as you can see there. But yeah, I have a bunch of different Dischidias, and I think they're all really cool. I like them because they're kind of small, on the smaller side. They're like small Hoyas. And I like that because I don't have a lot of space. Regular room temperatures do totally fine. This is close to a window. It's about maybe a foot or 2 away from a north-facing window, which could be another reason why it has not bloomed. I'll think about putting it either under the lights or closer to a south-facing window, something like that. But Dischidia are really, really easy to grow. Easy to propagate from stem cuttings. You can see there are aerial roots all along the stem, and they're very collectible. I know I love them, and I have a lot of different varieties, all similar care. Dischidia varieties all have similar care. Very, very easy and really cool looking. I can't wait for this to get longer, to cascade even further down. So yeah, that's number 2, the Dischidia. And next is something that's going to look to you probably like a sun-stressed Hoya, but it is not a Hoya. It is sun stressed. It's under LED lights, but it's one of my Eschenanthus, my lipstick plants. Look at the gorgeous colors of these leaves. I have this under lights on purpose to get this color. Okay, this is almost like, oh, what is that? There's a Hoya Rosita. This almost reminds me of a Rosita because of the coloring. One interesting thing is a lot of these leaves maintain this yellow outline while the maroon is for the majority of the leaf. It looks like that's on younger leaves, but the older leaves just turned that maroon color from the green. You could see the ones that are in the shade, that are shaded out by the other leaves, the green is still there. And I just noticed when I took this out to show you guys, really excited because we've got some blooms getting ready. This particular one has not bloomed for me yet. This one is, let's see, what is this variety? This is Eschenanthus obconicus. Okay, I don't know what the flower looks like on this. Again, like I said with the others, I have a bunch of different varieties of this plant as well, or this genus of plants, Eschenanthus, the lipstick plant. I just think they're really cool. They're really easy. I love trailing plants. And I love trailing plants that bloom. So I'm very excited to see what these flowers look like. They may be the traditional red lipstick blossom, but we will see. Again, the more light you give this, the more direct light, the more direct sun you give it, or if it's directly under an LED light or grow light, it will do the sun stressing thing just like Hoya's. And I just think it's really cool looking. And apparently it doesn't hurt the plant because it's getting ready to bloom. And this has grown a lot too. This plant has been growing in water culture for a very long time. You can see tons of roots in there. The water is clean. I just cleaned this water, but you can see there's algae all around this bottle. I guess that's what this is. So eventually I'm going to have to take the plant out and clean the sides of the bottle so that we can get rid of, I want to get a good view of these roots for you, so we can get rid of all that algae. But again, I've said this before in other videos, I have a feeling that there is some sort of a symbiosis going on, a symbiotic relationship between some plants like epiphytes, these are epiphytes just like Hoyas and orchids, and Dischidia. I feel like sometimes there's this symbiotic relationship where they're kind of used to growing with moss or with algae because they thrive. And you would think that, some plants, if they get a lot of algae on their roots, they'll suffocate, the algae will outcompete them for the nutrients. But some plants like this one in particular, they seem to be fine with it. As long as the water is relatively clean, and it is. When I dumped this water out and I refilled it, it was pretty clean. I don't know. I just feel like there is something to be said about having that naturally occurring growth with plants that grow in this way. I could be wrong, but I'm just saying that proof's in the pudding. I mean, look at this. It's a very healthy plant. And I tend to neglect this because it's in water culture. I just top it up and I just forget about it. It's under the lights. And I rarely have to cater to this plant. But it's worth mentioning because look at how beautiful this is. It's like autumn colors all year round because it's sun stressed. Plus, we get the flowers. I'm excited. As soon as this one blooms and opens up, I'll probably show you guys this so you can see what it looks like because it's going to be news to me too. I haven't seen it bloom yet, this particular one. I'm hoping for something a little bit more unique than the regular lipstick flowers, but I guess we will see. Anyway, that's it for these three. Three of my favorite plants this spring that I have been just kind of like not obsessing over, but yes, obsessing over and just loving them and just looking at them and feeling those happy feelings when you see how they've been growing and how healthy they are and how they've been blooming. Anyway, if you have any questions on how I take care of my Eschenanthus in water culture or my Dischidia in sphagnum moss or my Graptivaria that I have in its original setup, original soil mixture, but the flowers are so cool. If you have any questions, just reach out and we will discuss. If you have not already, why not subscribe? Lots of fun stuff we like to talk about here, lots of experimentation. Like, comment, share, again, subscribe, hit that bell if you want to be notified. And I will see you in the next video.